Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Hey, Miami Dolphin fans, as luck would have it, right when my show was about to begin, my internet decided not be working, and we got people working in the house. So I'm going to try to hear from my phone, trying to find out a good spot to do it from. So, but anyway, I was going to just talk Miami Dolphins football and Super Bowl talk from last night and all of that good stuff. But now all my stuff I had planned is kind of out the window because I can't even look at some of the stuff we were going to talk about. But it's all good. I can shoot from the hip like I do half the time. Anyway, good morning, Evan. Big fins up to you, and Ender, as always. Thank you for finding Dolphins Thirsty this morning. I appreciate it. Hopefully my internet kicks back in and I can get back on the laptop and we can get to work. But it's noisy inside the house because they're doing some kind of work in there. And then on the flip side, my internet also decided to go down. So there you have. But last night's game was not too bad. It was a good, exciting game as far as, well, exciting, but it was close, went to overtime. Heck, it almost went to the second quarter of overtime. So that was pretty cool in my book as far as there. I think that's a little better. Sorry if it's windy out, guys. This is spur of the moment. Went to hit go live, and it's telling me I had no Wi-Fi connection. So it is what it is. So last night's game, of course, once again, 2 times in a row, Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. It is what it is. And our Dolphins are still trying just to get to a playoff win. It's sad when you see some of the things that's going on as far as the Dolphin fan. As far as the Miami Dolphins, the new league here will be here in March. Dolphins have a lot of work to do to get down on the cap. Just for starters, before they even try to make the football team better, they got to start getting rid of some contracts, rework some contracts, and it's going to be interesting. And then, of course, we got the draft and free agency coming up. But without freeing up that money, we can't even talk about all that good stuff as far as free agency right now. Watching last night's game, you see some of the Dolphins' weaknesses as far as what it takes to get it done in the key big moments. And it's kind of tough. But with that said, hopefully one of these days our Dolphins will have aqua and orange confetti falling down upon us as we get ready for the 2024 season. I don't see it happening, but eventually, and maybe one of you younger fans out there. Hey, Justin, thank you for hopping in here. Big fins up. Yes, hit that like button. Sorry, guys. Like I said, spur of the moment, change of plans, doing it on the phone. I was going to talk about Brian Duker, what you guys think of him coming in. We've already talked on Anthony Weaver. We talked about the linebackers coach, but I don't think we've done the Brian Duker, that move. So, we will see. I'm kind of disappointed that Sam Madison's out the door. I like Sam Madison, and I don't know, but he's going to be moving on from the team. Renato Hill's going to be moving on from the team. A couple guys that had played the game and now are moving on from the Dolphins. We will see how those, changes in the position grouping of the coaching goes in the future, and what the Dolphins, do on those spots. But, it is what it is. At the end of the day, players on the field are going to decide it. My biggest issue is I don't know if Chris Greer can get those good players to come in and put us over the top? That's the big issue. Can Chris Greer do it? Are they? I know there's no doubt in my mind they will rework the contracts. We would be under the cap come March 13th. We will have money to spend, but can Greer get the right players with that money to put us on a playoff? I'm not even talking Super Bowl. I'm talking playoff winning. Let's start with baby steps. Can Greer put a team that wins? Sorry, I just saw a big swan swim by my lake. I got distracted. But can Greer get a team that puts together a playoff win? When you see that some of these people, I think they showed a graphic like night that Tom Brady and Belichick, they won like 30 playoff games together. And we can't even get a playoff game. It's sad, guys. But other than that, we can talk about, I did not see the halftime show, so I cannot talk about the halftime show. I ran and got my shower, so that's off the table unless you guys want to talk about it. It's funny. I first saw people saying it's the greatest halftime show. Then I see other people saying it's not. It was horrible. So I don't know where it fell in the spectrum of halftime shows because I ran and got my shower. As far as the commercials, there were some good ones, no epic ones that I thought were epic. So we'll see. Yes, I know, Evan. We are nowhere close to a Super Bowl team. That is an unfortunate hard truth in Miami Dolphin land, that's for sure. And it's just, I've come to accept it. We are far away from it, especially after watching those games last night. You knew the minute that the 49ers didn't get a touchdown in overtime, I was like, oh boy, here comes Mahomes. He's going to wrap this sucker up. Even though they had contained them pretty good all night, they had contained them pretty well all night, I just knew game on the line. The 49ers defense was getting tired at the end, so I understood, just like, the Chiefs defense had been getting tired. I knew the minute that they settled for a field goal, and I was like, game over, game set, match. Mahomes is going down, and he's finding a way to get a touchdown. And sure enough, it came to fruition, and that's what happens. I know some people are blaming Shanahan, which is a common complaint in Miami Dolphin land. And yes, McDaniel is a protege of Cal Shanahan. And I know people think the 49ers abandoned the run game last night. But at the end of the day, they were an overtime loss away from winning the Super Bowl. They made it all the way to the Super Bowl. So if McDaniel can do that much just to get there, hey, I would take it if we're complaining about the lack of the running game. But yeah, he did. He had Kiss McCaffrey, and he kind of just, for other reasons unknown, he decided to move away from that. So that is weird. Hey, good morning, Mark, Buffalo Bills fan in the house. Fins up to you. Nail those thumbs up button counters. I don't know what, it's hard to see all your comments here, guys, because I'm a little bit of a glare. Let's see. Cal, just like Mikey, goes away from the run game. His dad, Cows, would have ran the ball. There you go. All right, Justin, now I read your comment. Yeah, you're right. They did go away from it. It was overall very entertaining game. I know some people were tweeting live during the game that it's one of the most boring games and we're going to go down as one of the worst Super Bowls. But then I say, man, that's some young people tweeting, because for the older guys, and I say older, like over 50, you remember, I'm 54, you remember some lousy Super Bowls like in the 80s and the 90s where there was this blowout. This was a competitive game at least. It may have not had those wow moments where there was epic plays that people are going to remember and talk about for the next, 70 years or whatever. But there were, Mahomes game-winning drive to win the Super Bowl in overtime with the new rules in place. So there were some moments, the trick play by the 49ers. But overall, I agree, maybe it wasn't the most exciting Super Bowl, but it was a very close Super Bowl. Got me thinking, man, if the Dolphins are ever in the Super Bowl and it goes to overtime, I may not live through it, man. I may not live through the stress of that. I was thinking, man, can you imagine being a fan of one of these teams? Probably a little less stressful for the Chiefs fan because they've tasted, but you're always greedy. You always want more. I'm sure they wanted more and was stressed as well. But the 49ers fans, they had their chance. And boy, it's Once again, they're playing the bridesmaid to the Kansas City Chiefs. They've lost 2 recent Super Bowls now to a Mahomes-led team with Andy Reid at the helm. Shanahan's been the bridesmaid twice with 2 different quarterbacks, though. So that's impressive, though. That's where I give Cal Shanahan some kind of kudos. He's gotten to 2 recent Super Bowls with 2 different quarterbacks. So he has a good system in place. Maybe he just got away from the run too soon. But when you can get to a Super Bowl, 2 different quarterbacks, same coach, pretty impressive. Unfortunately, they did not get over the hump. As far as the Dolphins, we got a lot of needs going forward and a lot of work to do. And to make his day go any better, I see my phone's already at 22%. Life's great today, but it's great. Even if I keep this short, you don't need to hear me ramble too much. Doll, I'll probably be on her show tonight because we were going to have the mock draft guy, but he's not going to be able to make it tonight. I hope he's okay. He had an emergency pop up in his side over there. He will be on soon with us, though. He says he wants to reschedule, but I'll roll with Doll tonight at 7:30 p.m. We'll be talking all things Miami Dolphins as always. That's Courtney, I should say, but her show name is Doll Fan Diaries, 7:30 p.m. tonight. And hopefully my computer is back up running fully. But if not, she can roll because she has full access to run the show. So we will all be fine on that point. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to stand here and talk too much more. I'm so happy you came in. This will be an abbreviated version of Dolphins Thirsty, Dolphins Chatter today. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I just hope that one day we can see that aqua and orange confetti rain down upon our guys. We will see what Chris Greer do. That's the one guy that I will pick on in the Dolphins organization because I try to be fair and whatever, but to me, Chris Greer just hasn't gotten it done. He's had the resources. He has an owner willing to write checks. He has all of that good stuff. Clifty, you can see Courtney tonight, 7:30 p.m. You can see her tonight, 7:30 p.m. on this very same Dolphin Thirsty channel. And you will get a full dose of Courtney, and it will be she'll be on a roll. We won't have the mock draft guy tonight as planned, but we will be running anyway. Maybe Evan can drop in on the show. No, it ended up, I agree, it did end up being a great game. And being, hey, when you go to overtime and you're like a few seconds away from the second quarter of overtime, it is a pretty darn good game. And, you know, in the end, the Chiefs had Mahomes, and that's what the basically different is. Mahomes is a force to reckon with. He deserves that money, and he earns every penny of it every season. He just goes out there, and it just shows that maybe the Dolphins didn't win the Tyreek Hill trade. We're all saying, oh, we won the Tyreek Hill trade. Yes, Tyreek's been a benefit to the Miami Dolphins. But since Tyreek Hill's left the Kansas City Chiefs, guess what? They've won 2 Super Bowls. And yes, could he make them better? Of course, I'm not saying that. But let's just say trades always aren't all the end-all, be-all at the end of the day. We all thought, oh, my God, we got Tyreek Hill. Woo, doggy. And then here we are looking at Kansas City winning 2 Super Bowls without him on their roster. Now I'm at Jalen Waddle %. My phone is going down. I doubt my computer is going to let me work. So it's like I said, yeah, internet looks like it's down. So I don't know. All I know, guys, is that I appreciate you guys rolling in here. Yeah, my computer's still down. I tried. That's why it went, because I was trying to log in, but it's telling me no Wi-Fi. So I don't know. I will figure it out. Up and down of make everything. My phone is chiming. So a big fins up to you guys. Let's see. Before I leave, guys, let me try to get all of the comments in here. Everyone can see Chris Burst sucks. Yes, I can kind of agree with that. Let's see, lots of mistakes in that game. Chiefs had 4 pummels and an interception. Mark says the main value of Hill has popped up for Tua stats, but not in any important wins. It's okay, Robbie. Dolphins on a non-topic anyway. Well, listen, the Dolphins will always be a topic for me. Now, whether or not, like I say, sorry, my everything's acting up. But as far as that goes, sorry, guy, I don't know what's going on. It's perfect timing. Sorry, I would try to do better tonight for Courtney, so make sure you joined in, and hopefully everything's back up to our super normally high standards. I had to say that because I never have super high standards on this show. I'm always shooting from the hip, but not normally from a computer that won't work and a phone that's down to Dan Marino percent now, guys, Jake Scott percent. So big fins up to all you. Thank you. Even though this was an awful show today, you can still smash that like button. Show that even when the team's down, you guys still like the Dolphins. Even when Dolphins Thirsty is having an off day, you can still nail that big thumbs up because it does help. And I know the views would be down today, but that's okay because life's good. This is my lake here in South Florida. Maybe I can go fishing instead of worrying about the Dolphins. So, that's it. That's my little boat. It's just a little John boat, but that little John boats have caught a lot of fish. And that's another view of the lake. And it opens up down there. I'm in the canal part of the lake, and then it opens all the way up down there. So it is nice day anyway, even if our team's not playing. Hey, Raphael, thank you for coming in, Ralph, and big fins up. I'm just about to hop out, Ralph, but nail that thumbs up. It will help. Thank you, man. I would try to be back on later this week, of course, but I would try to be back on tonight on Courtney's show. We can talk all things Dolphins then, and that will be awesome. You guys have a great day. And I am down now to Don Strock percent, or you can say, you younger guy can say Tyreek Hill or Pete Stoyanovich percent, or Chad Pennington. Who else are number 10 in Dolphin? I think of Don Strock because I'm an old fart. I think of Don Strock and number 10 of the Miami Dolphins. But anyway, my phone's at 10%, guys. I'm out. I don't want to end with it chiming me out. Fins up to all of you. Thank you so much for bearing with me during this show today where I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties, just like the Dolphins have all the time. Later, fins up. I'm out of there. There'll be no big fancy send-off, no music. Guys, if you have a couple bucks and you want to help the DCC, which is the Dolphins Challenge Cancer fundraiser, I'll be walking that on February 24th. And now my dog decided he wanted to chime in. He's telling you guys, donate a little bit by clicking on the link in the description here. All the money goes to the Miami Dolphins Cancer Challenge research. All money goes to the good cause. I'll be walking in that on February 24th with actually Bobby of the Fins Talk Sports Network. So it's going to be a fun day. Money goes to a good cause. If you got a couple bucks, I know it's hard, but if you got a couple bucks and want to help the challenge, you know where to find the link. Thank you, guys. Fins up. Go Dolphins. See you tonight, 7:30 on this very bat channel.